I saw something on the video today on TV I wanted to pass on. It's Pawpaw Sammy and Alley Bug. Please enjoy and subscribe. The Mississippi River is lower now than it has been in years. It is so low that downtown Baton Rouge across the levee, it has exposed a ship that was wrecked on 1905, 1910, they're not quite sure. But I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to pass it on to my viewers. So enjoy, and like I said, subscribe. Thank you.
Water levels along the Mississippi has exposed a piece of history that dates back to the 1800s. News 2's Calista Matrician took a trip out to the site of the shipwreck. She joins us with what's discovered.
Downtown, tucked behind the banks of the Mississippi, is where you'll come across this. What's believed to be the Brook Hill. What's left of it is nearly fully exposed. A discovery Patrick Ford didn't intend on making.
This past Sunday I was out here looking and realized that the rest of the shore had washed away and there was an entire ship there.
Ford comes to the riverfront to look for artifacts. But when he saw this, it was a surprise he wasn't anticipating.
I immediately text friends and was like, holy moly, I think I found a ship, a sunken ship.
That's when he reached out to experts who have known about the shipwreck for some time. Chip McGimsey is the state archaeologist. He says the ferry boat has some history here in the city.
We believe this is a ship that was manufactured in 1896 in Indiana.
Brook Hill and its sister ship Estruma served as ferries.
The Estruma was the day ferry across the river. The Brook Hill was the night ferry across the river. We're within probably 100 feet of where the ferry landing was.
At that landing is where its destruction happened.
On September 29th of 1915, there was a major storm. Both ships sank.
Brook Hill stayed grounded to the shore, and work to recover it began in the years to come.
In 92, they did some limited investigations and could look at very small pieces, basically sort of 1 or 2 foot wide parts of it, trying to get an understanding of how it was constructed and how old it was.
Archaeologists had some troubles.
At that time, it was not nearly as exposed as it is now. It was still largely buried in mud, and they had to do a lot of digging to even see little pieces of it.
Drought-like conditions are bringing water levels to an all-time low. Banks once filled with water, now filled with little pools sitting stagnant. That and what's been underwater for quite some time.
The opportunity now is to get a much better idea of how they actually built these early boats.
He says it's an aspect of history there isn't enough of.
For the most part, there are not good documents on boat building, especially once you get back into the area of wooden ships.
Studying what's left of half the ferry's hull, they'll use pieces of the past to shed light on what Ford says is often overlooked.
Well, I think a lot of times folks don't realize how rich our Louisiana history is.
And how easily it can be found.
Explore your surroundings. Get to know where you live and what's around beyond just what's in front of you. Take a walk. See what's out there.
In Baton Rouge, Calista Matrician, WBRZ News 2.